Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, hosting Cruz, and guys, I am here to talk about a fight that's very interesting. That's gonna take place on the March 8 card in Puerto Rico. Edgar Berlanga is supposed to main event on that card against either, well, Gabe Rosado or Trevor McCumbee. Those are the two names that are floating around out there for Edgar Berlanga, but this fight is going to be on that undercard. Um, on the undercard of that fight. And that is between Yankiel Rivera, 7-0, 3 KOs, de Toalta, Puerto Rico. And he'll be taking on his toughest opponent to date, the biggest fight of his career, the biggest challenge of his career, former world title challenger, Angelino Cordova de Venezuela, from Venezuela. Now, this fight is very interesting for many reasons. Why? One is Yankiel's biggest test because he's fighting a fighter that has been proven, man. Cordova has been in there with some pretty good fighters. Like I said, he challenged for a world title already um, against Julio Cesar Martinez. And he won the full 12 rounds with Julio Cesar Martinez. But before I get into that, let's talk about why Angelino Cordova is going to be a tough fight for Yankiel Rivera. And you can't count him out. It's that tough of a fight for Yankiel. Yankiel has a deep amateur background, very talented fighter, good boxer puncher, excellent counter puncher. And Yankiel has been fighting some pretty stiff competition, man. He's only 7 fights in his pro career, but after like his second pro fight, he's really been in there in tough against Fernando Diaz. Fernando Diaz had 11 wins, 2 losses coming into that fight. Young guy, about Yankiel's age, Mexican American. Now, Yankiel defeated Fernando Diaz in a competitive fight with only 2 pro fights. Fernando had 11-2. That's the experience here, the experience gap here. And Yankiel defeated him by decision and more than held his own and fought like he had more than 2 pro fights. Then after that, he followed it up with another Mexican fighter in Christian Robles, who was 8-0 coming in. Young fighter with 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 goals on his mind and a future. And Yankiel was able to drop him, outbox him in another competitive fight at the Garden. That fight took place, and that was just the beginning for Yankiel Rivera. Now Yankiel stepped it up against Andy Dominguez Velasquez, who's another Mexican fighter, tough Mexican fighter, young, 10-0, and Yankiel, in my opinion, this was his toughest fight. Yankiel got rocked in this fight, and I've said it. For those of you that remember the video that I did about this fight, about Yankiel versus Andy Dominguez, that if Yankiel get too comfortable and drop his guard, Andy Dominguez can rock his world. And so said, so done. He caught a looping overhand right on the chin, and Yankiel was dancing all over the place. And that was something that I mentioned in my video, that he cannot afford to drop his guard because he will get hurt by Andy Dominguez, who's a puncher. And so said, so done. But Yankiel was able to fight back and weather the storm and win by decision in a hard, tough fight. And then he defeated Victor Sandoval on the Surreal Matias versus Liam Paro card. That was the co-main event by decision. dropping Victor Sandoval and scoring a unanimous decision, who came in with a record of 37 wins and 4 losses, guys. And Yankiel was coming in with five wins. This guy had 37 wins, 4 losses, over 40 fights as a professional, young as well. And then in his last fight, in what was one of his best performance, if not his best performance to date, against Angel Gonzalez on the Liam Power versus Richardson Hitchens card, the co-main event, where he stopped Angel Gonzalez in 4 rounds with tremendous counter punching, tremendous defense, tremendous counter skills, um, and dropping Angel Gonzalez after Angel Gonzalez was having his way, and then he got comfortable and got clipped, and Yankiel was able to drop him. Now, and yet, so now Yankiel, as impressive as his career has been, and he's very close to a world title shot. Here he is now fighting Angelino Cordova. Ladies and gentlemen, Angelino Cordova from Venezuela. He is 29 years old, 2 years older than Yankiel. He's 19-0, one draw, 12 KOs, and this guy has defeated Axel Aragon Vega, tough Mexican fighter, good power, and he won by split decision. Then he defeated former world champion Angel Tito Acosta by decision in an upset. Uh, and then he went toe to toe with Julio Cesar Martinez in a tremendous back and forth fight. Um, Cordova lost, but the fight was changed to a no contest. So, which made Cordova zero return. So he no longer had that one loss. So now he's undefeated again because Julio Cesar Martinez failed a drug test. Now he followed it up with a win over Josue Morales. A nice little tune-up in Puerto Rico, a couple of weeks ago, on December 6th. So this fight was being talked about right after his fight, right after Cordova's last fight against Jose Morales. And it's a tremendous fight. I mean, this is going to be the hardest fight of Yankiel Rivera's career. Why? Because Angel Cordova is not only still young, in his prime, but he's fought 2 world champions, Angel Acosta and Julio Cesar Martinez. Yankiel has not fought not one world champion. Now, like I said, that doesn't mean he ain't built and he's not ready and built for this type of fight. Yankiel has all the skills and all the tools to be world champion. So, if you ask me if he's ready for this type of fight, yes. Has he faced any world champions? No. Has Cordova faced world champions? Yes, Costa and Martinez. So the edge and experience definitely is to Cordova. Now, styles make fights. Yankiel is gonna definitely give Cordova a tough fight as well. His tremendous counter punching, trying to catch Cordova in between shots. Now the thing is, what can give Yankiel problems in this fight is his activity. The activity of Cordova. Cordova does not stop throw punches. He's a very high active boxer, volume boxer, man. He throws and throws and throws. That's like with Ray Martinez. He was throwing and throwing and throwing, not giving up, showing a lot of heart. He has a lot of heart. So if Yankiel is trying to get this guy out of there, good luck, because Cordova can take a shot. He has a lot of heart, and he doesn't stop throw punches. So it's gonna be a tremendous fight. It's a winnable fight for Yankiel, but Yankiel is gonna have to. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. It is what it is. His toughest fight of his career on paper. But the fights that he's been having with Fernando Diaz, Christian Robles, Andy Dominguez, Sandoval, and Gonzalez has prepped him for this fight. Now, Cordova is obviously more than ready. He's been in there, like I said, he defeated Acosta. He's been in there with Julio Cesar Martinez, gave him a run for his money. A very tough fight. He defeated Axel Aragon Vega. So, and those are good, pretty solid fighters. So, who do you got? 2 undefeated. Both these guys are undefeated. One is a high volume puncher, a lot of heart. One is a tremendous skill counterpuncher with good power, and has a bright future in the sport, potential future world champion. It is a tremendous fight. And it's going to be on the undercard of Edgar Berlanga versus either Gabe Rosado or Trevor McCumbee. But yeah, Yankiel Rivera versus Angelino Cordova in a tremendous battle of 112 pounders. The winner of this fight definitely moves on to a world title shot. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host and crew. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It is always a pleasure to sit down right here and talk to you guys about boxing. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.